What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you hear me growl, I have Tourette Syndrome and I can't control it. Hopefully it doesn't bother you that much. If you're already subscribed, you guys know I appreciate you so much. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so today I wanted to take a little time to talk about the drama that's going on right now in the Destiny community. You guys may have heard of it, but it concerns the Divinity. And there's been some tweets that came out and the Destiny community has responded. I kind of want to share what was said and then also share my opinions and hear what you guys have to say, what you guys think about it. But this was actually shared by one of the top players in this game. He's like a multi-first raid champion, first day champion. You know, he's cleared multiple raids. He's obviously a top elite player in this game. So basically, long story short, he had some choice words to say about Divinity, and the Destiny community has responded to those words. But first off, let's get started on what was said and then hear how they responded, and then I'll give you my opinion. But anyway, Divinity nerf discussion by Salt Greppo. Like I said, a top Destiny player. Hey, this is going to be a thread. I've been thinking about a way to nerf Divinity for quite a bit. This gun is basically mandatory for most boss encounters, and it makes aiming a non-factor, which is very unhealthy for the game for multiple reasons. Removing most of the skill gap during DPS and making precision weapons way too easy to use, forcing high-risk reward weapons such as Whisper of the Worm out of the meta since they simply can't be buffed, otherwise they would be S tier due to Divinity removing the risk aspect. For the longest time, I didn't really ever come up with a viable solution. I don't think removing the debuff would do much. Teams would still apply a debuff by other means and use Divinity on top for easy crits. Reducing reserver or mag size would probably be pretty significant. We have multiple ways to produce special ammo on demand, and hunters can easily negate low mag downsides by just dodging to reload or throwing a shuriken. There really aren't many viable solutions without completely reworking the weapon, in my opinion. The guaranteed crits are just too good on certain bosses, but not long ago I finally came up with an idea that could work while also preserving the gun's identity. What if Divinity kept giving the crit bubble but provided 0% debuff that overrides any other debuff, so that, for example, using Divinity plus Tether still resulted in no debuff as long as Divinity is applied? That would make it so if you decide to use Divinity, you both sacrifice someone's damage and lose the ability to debuff the target, making a safe option but worse compared to what a skilled team could pull off by hitting their shots. This is something that could be easy to implement from a technical standpoint, since we already have past lower percent debuffs that used to override higher ones, and it would make using Divinity a choice with a strong trade-off. This change wouldn't really affect less skilled teams and want to easy crit while running their weekly raid, and since damage checks in normal mode are easy enough, and as long as you are hitting your shots, a debuff isn't needed. On the other end, it would make day one contest raids way more interesting, since ambitious team will be able to risk not using Divinity and try to get higher DPS output by hitting their shots. Let me know what you think down below if you have any ideas. Well, they had some ideas and they certainly let them know. Betzel says, nerf div, nerf resil. Why not nerf heavy weapons? Why not nerf tractor? Why not nerf galley? Nerf every super. Why not make content where you run zero? Run off meta weapons. Show what you preach. CM Punk says, I don't really understand how other teams using Divinity and PvE content affects your playing experience so much that you think it needs to be nerfed. If you don't want to use it yourself, then don't. But I hardly think it's so broken that it needs to be nerfed. Captain Spiller says, bro, go touch some grass. This game is not so important that you really need to find a way to nerf Divinity. You play way too much if this is what you have to deal with. They will never ever cater the game to the 1%. It's not sustainable for business, which is kind of true. Senor Della Pipa, sorry if I didn't say that right, I think I did, but said, I don't get why just not use it and do your runs as you please. It helps less skillful PvE players do endgame, which is true. And then we have one final one, which is my favorite, and I think the most logical, most reasonable, logical, most well thought out response to this in rebuttal, which Santo says, nerf this. So, as you guys can see, the Destiny community has spoken on their thoughts about nerfing Divinity, and now I am going to tell you guys what I think. If you care, I don't know. But for me, I don't feel as though Divinity is that big of a deal. I think that if you really don't want to use it, you don't have to. I think that skilled players really don't need it, honestly. I hit all my headshots. I could care less if somebody has Divinity, but it helps other people. When I'm playing with people, especially when I'm Sherpaing, or if I'm running with people who never have before, it helps them a lot. So not for nothing, but these 1% players, which I don't deny being a better player. I spend a lot of time on the game like a lot of these people, but for the casual players or new players or people that work every day and are, you know, too busy at work and raising a family, like they don't have time to sit on and practice hitting their shots all day and night and doing shatter skates and damage glitches and, you know what I mean, like 1-2 punch combos and, you know, all the stuff that really is for the more hardcore player that really practice and really grinds. Like the casual player and the, you know, family man and the dad and the person at work all day that still has responsibilities that can't be on all day every day. This is not good for them. So in my opinion, I don't think that it really needs to be nerfed. I think that you don't really need to use it. The problem is that he'll always use it because he knows what an advantage it is, and he would be at a disadvantage in these raids. So he doesn't want to lose one of these raids because he's a repeating champion. So of course he's going to have something to say or have an opinion, but he'll never actually practice what he preaches. And if I ever saw him do one, and he'd probably still win, honestly, for how much they play, but if I ever saw him do a raid, a first day raid, and not using Divinity, then I would eat my words. But until we see that, I mean, I don't really take this opinion to heart, and honestly, I'm not for it. So I think that the casual player and the person with a lot more responsibilities that can't spend a lot of time on would suffer from this. I don't know what you guys think, but this is just some drama that's been going on, and it's a pretty big thing with the whole Destiny community. So I kind of wanted to fill you guys in, hear what you thought, maybe share some funny stuff with you because I thought it was kind of funny, honestly. I love the Destiny community so much. I love you guys so much. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss out on an upload. I got a lot of stuff coming out. It really helps me out, guys. It really helps out the channel. It's completely free to do, guys. Just hit the subscribe button, please. It really helps the channel. Other than that, guys, those of you that are subscribed or those of you that have been checking out the streams, I appreciate you guys so much. We're killing it over there. We're killing it over here. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep grinding. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe.